You must understand that our civilization is so vast that we can't have our minorities upset and stirred. Ask yourself, what do we want in this country? Above all, people want to be happy. Isn't that right? Haven't you heard it all your life? I want to be happy, people say. Well, aren't they? Don't we keep them moving? Don't we give them fun? That's all we live for, isn't it? For pleasure, for titillation, and you must admit our culture provides plenty of these. It is easy to think that we could live in a utopia, that we could be happy, like this passage suggests. But how do we get there? Fire? Or disintegration by something invisible to the human eye? Something that creeps into the pages, changing meaning over time. When I initially think of AI being used for writing, I think of words like expansion or saturation. As AI becomes larger and gains more information to manipulate into material, we ask questions like, will there be room for the artist or the writer? Will AI push them aside and make them invisible as a writer's story will already be told? Everything has already been said now. AI has it all, painted it all. Is it possible to have a new thought? But I think this passage in particular points to something much more sinister in dealing with AI. I want you to imagine the books that were once banned have come back, and for a while you think this is great. But since we cannot have our minorities upset and stirred, and people want to be happy, there needs to be a way around this. How do we make everyone happy if there are so many ideas that we cannot agree on anything? What if a book says something problematic and offends? People brought back the banned books, and they would be in an uproar if they were taken away again. Now let me ask you this. If a grain of sand was taken from an hourglass, would the hourglass still be as it once was before? And would you even notice that it was taken away? Take that grain of sand away piece by piece, very slowly, and soon the hourglass is empty. But at this point, you barely noticed there was any sand in it at all. What if AI was manipulated in such a way that it did not expand or saturate, but rather turned back on art, literature, and put a new limitation on it, and therefore a new meaning? We know that AI can now write something that sounds similar to Kafka or Dostoevsky, which Brandon from Brandon's Bookshelf demonstrated in his video. I will make sure to link it down below. If I can sound similar to Kafka, and not as many people are reading Kafka as before, more and more people are turning to their Kindles or movies because the books are too boring. What happens then? How easy would it be to use AI to change words? To change words with the best of intentions to eventually, years down the line, unite people, bring them all happiness. Don't you know? Gregor Samsa wasn't a bug forever. He turned back into a man, and Raskolnikov decided to put the axe away. How could he kill someone? At this point, all people really remember is a bug and an axe anyway. What does it matter? Everything is all good in life. We've got our TVs and our race cars and our pleasures. Will this make us happy? Will it lead us to a utopia? Or will we simply not understand why we're so sad anymore? Or angry, disappointed? Those feelings don't exist here in a utopia. The bad has been rewritten, everything forced down into a nothingness. And then what emerges from this are perhaps acts that seem inhuman in our confusion, those bad thoughts that seem so unnatural, but are really simply every bit of us that has been rewritten. There is no point of reference anymore. We have to figure it all out again.